Yeah.
Hi everyone, today I'll be going through tips for working on the heavy bag. This will be similar to the tips for shadow boxing and sparring as well. So it's the same concepts throughout all three. Let's start off with the first one. Number one, when you're hitting the bag, is to have a goal. So when we're hitting the bag, you're not just throwing, not working on something. Have a goal. Maybe you want to work on your jabs or your push kicks, or maybe you just want to work straight power. Just have a goal in mind, or you maybe want to try a new technique. That's what the bag's for. You can try something new. So make sure you have a goal in mind, and that goal can either be maybe one round I'm just working the jab, or maybe the whole workout, 3, 4, 5 rounds, I'm just working the jab, working various combos of the jab. So it can be one round or every single round of your workout. So just have a goal in mind. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is move. So when you're hitting the bag, make sure you're moving. So there's a few ways you can move. I'll demonstrate 3 ways you can move. Number one, you throw a combo, you move to your right, throw another combo. So that's one method. Throw, move to your right, throw. Or you could move to your left. Throw, move to your left, throw. Or throw, move back, then come back in. Okay, so that's 3 ways already on moving around the bag. Moving left, moving right, and moving backwards. So don't stay stationary. Just here, make sure you're moving, because it's trying to emulate you sparring. So make sure you move. Just because the bag's stationary and the bag can't move, you can move around the bag. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is make sure you add in defense. So just like when you're shadow boxing, when you're hitting the bag, when you throw your combos and you move, make sure you add in some defense too. So check, move, we can catch, throw, so make sure you add in some defense too. So you're not just working your offense, you get to work your defense on the bag too. Next step is to try visualize someone. So just like when you're sparring shadow boxing, try visualize this as a person. So if you're throwing strikes, try not to throw here, try aim at the face where there'd be a person here. So work the combos, maybe I'm gonna go to the body. So just visualize there's somewhere here. So we're moving, we add our defense. I want to hit the body, go to the head. So visualize there's someone here, and you move around them, do your defense, and try hit your shots at your eye level, face level. Try not to punch down here. We're not fighting small people unless you're throwing body shots. Which also brings me on to the next technique. So when you're visualizing this is someone, another good tip to add when you're hitting the bag is to do feints and fakes. So we're visualizing someone here. So what's the difference between a feint and a fake? So a feint is pretty much the movement before the fake. So when I'm feinting, I'm just doing a slight movement. So when I'm sparring, if I do this and I see the person starting to lift their leg up, oh, I know he's going to check. So that's a good way to use a feint to see what their reaction is. And then you can do the fake. So if I do this little hip motion, pretending to kick, and my partner brings their leg up, and I don't kick, and then I'm going to, now a fake, I'm actually going to do the move, but change to something else. So I fake the kick, and done a push kick instead. So that's the main difference between a feint and a fake. So you can do that on the bag too. So I feint, they bring their leg down, and I jab, I fake the jab, throw the hook. So that's 2 examples of using feints and fakes on the bag, so add that in too. So that combines with our previous tip on visualizing someone. So make sure you add in feints and fakes. That way you can also incorporate it into your sparring. And the last tip is make sure you have good technique. So when on the bag, just because the bag's here and it's not hitting your back, don't throw crappy strikes. Make sure your hands are up, good technique, bring the hands back up. And when you're kicking, we'll say turn the hip. So make sure you still have good technique. Just because the bag is not striking back doesn't mean you have poor technique. So mix up those 6 tips. Number 1 is have a goal. Number 2, make sure you move around, move back. And in defense too, move back. Add in feints, fakes, visualize your opponent, and have good technique. So try all those tips when you next hit the bag.